You. What's going on? So today, I'm going to be showing you a case study of, yes, a product that made me $150. I know. Nothing crazy, nothing exciting, but look, no one does this shit, okay? Everyone shows the winning, this product made me... I get it, but look, no one's showing you the reality. Everyone just posts their wins, and then therefore people think like, oh my god, every product they test is just a winner. No, fuck no. They test probably like tens and hundreds of products, and it all fucking flops. And I'm here, the authentic guy, right? Showing you the real scenarios of ecom, basically. This is real life. You're going to get fucking failures. But you see, the issue is that people don't show their failures, one, because they're a pussy, and two, it's because, I don't understand. You can actually learn more from failures than wins, right? So not only is this helping myself, trying to analyze why it didn't work, it's also for you. So you can see, why the fuck it didn't work, right? So basically, I'm going to go into it, get straight into it. I don't want to take too much of your time because I know your attention span is a bit fried, right? But let's go into this product. So I was selling a tuning fork. If you don't know what a tuning fork is, it's like a thing where you hit it and it plays a certain frequency and blah blah blah. I'm gonna show you one of my best ads that did get sale, right? I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear this.
It's very grounding. Feels like a long hug. It's very safe. It's great for anxiety.
My mom actually got this for me. She's been doing it for 6 weeks, and it's weird. When we can't lose weight or we can't move energy through our body, a lot of it is tied to emotion that is trapped. And so the vibration is helping move that through your body.
So I can hopefully hope that you heard that. Basically, again, it's a tuning fork that plays a crazy, attractive, brain melting frequency. And I obviously, clearly from my campaigns, you can see how I had angles. So my angles there was two angles that I tested. One was manifesting. So obviously through frequencies in the universe, it helps you manifest, or the certain frequency can help with reduce stress and heal emotions. Those are my two angles. And I'm going to go basically on day one. So we tested this on, I think it was the Friday, right? So the first Friday, right, it was pretty good. So I had only this campaign, right? And it spent $50, got me 2 sales. Cost per purchase was $25. And it brought me around $100 in sales because every order was $50. So it was pretty good. CTR was pretty low. Well, low. It was actually pretty good. 2.5 is actually really, really good. Cost per click was pretty high, but you can't do anything about that. Cost per add to cart was really good. Few add to carts. So after day one, it was showing pretty good promising signs. All right. And I was pretty hyped. I was like, yo, crazy. This might be good, right? The second day, right, this is kind of where I fucked up. So I saw how this one ad, right, got 2 sales. So I made iterations of that ad right away. And we're going to go into what I did wrong and what I did right, blah, blah, blah. But basically, the original campaign didn't get any sales the day after. And then the new one, the iterations, got 1 sale. Again, so now I'm at $150 with a total of $150 spent. So I'm basically breaking even. Not even. I'm a bit less, but through ads, I'm breaking even. And then this went to get carried on. I released the Emotions stress campaign, no sales that day, and spent 123 that day. And then I decided to kill it, I think, right? I killed it, and then I gave it one more shot a few days after, right? As you can see here, Manifest 2. So obviously the Manifest was the best angle for me. So I gave it one more shot. I created a bunch of new ads. I released it that day. I only spent $21. Saw that the metrics were horrible. 1.8% and a cost per click of 4.3%. It was fucking horrible. CPMs were $75, so it was just disgusting. So I turned it off right away. So from the total test, we spent $292 with a cost per action of $100 with 3 sales, leading to $150. CTR was overall good. Cost per click was overall good. But at the end of the day, we're looking at cost per action. And it was costing us $100. Now, obviously, I'm fully aware that if I just kept optimizing, I kept getting better, and I kept pushing more ads, I would eventually probably get this product to be profitable. Just the only thing is I'm going to make a separate video about this, but I always include of the position that I'm in and the resources that I have. I think it's just better to move on. I know a lot of like advanced people will say like, no, what the fuck are you doing wrong? But I think with, everyone usually watching this video, to be honest, with low resources, but a lot of time, I think you can just put that energy into another product that could show you better results at the beginning. And it's possible. I've experienced it. So, although, yes, I know like this is not a proper test as like advanced people would say, I'm fully aware of that. Don't get me wrong. I just think that my time is better spent somewhere else on another product where I could do more research. Now we're going to go into that. So again, these were the metrics. $100 per action is pretty shit. All right. For, half a week around. So I made a document on why I'm going to zoom into this. I think it's pretty zoomed out. Sorry, the phone is in the way. So, okay. So what I did wrong. So what I did wrong was first, I expanded the first angle way too fast. I didn't even give the first campaign 2 days. I saw that it was showing promising results the first day. Wasn't even crazy profitable, just like promising. And I already decided, instead of testing the second angle, I decided to like double down on this right away. And I didn't know if it was a working angle just yet. It was 1 day with $50 spent. Like I did it too fast. 2, I didn't have a dedicated stop loss. There were times, especially like, look, I didn't have to get to $300 to know that this product wasn't going to work. I could have cut it at least, I could have saved at least $50, $60, $70, basically to understand that this is the product not working for me and I can move on. And that was like a mistake from me where, one, I just wasn't at my computer and checking spending. I just kind of like launched it and like did other shit that was out and about. And I didn't even go in with a dedicated stop loss. I think you should always go in with a dedicated stop loss after a certain amount of spend. And that varies depending on person to person. But after a certain amount of spend, at least minimum $50, decide if you're not profitable, just move on. I had like a 0.6 ROAS at the end of it. I could have saved it. Didn't give the second angle enough. So the second angle actually had better metrics. And even though it didn't get a purchase, I only gave it day 1. What if I left it on for day 2 and it would have got the 2 purchases? It would have been equal to this, but even better with better metrics, right? So I feel like I gave the Manifest because I went going in this test. In my head, I was thinking this is mainly, I want the angle to be mainly manifestation, but it's not what I want. It's what the market wants. So that was a mistake I did. I was too heavily focused on the Manifest and didn't actually read the data. I would have realized that this was actually a better campaign overall. And maybe instead of dedicating, like, maybe I could have shaved off like $30, $40, $50 from these 2 campaigns and put it into this one and really give each equally a good test. I didn't understand the market sophistication. So basically, I didn't understand, and it was really difficult. I tried to answer the question, but it was really difficult. So this product has been out. If you go on Google Trends, it's been out since past 2004. So it's been out. But then, like, I was going online and not a lot of people were aware of it. Like, a lot of people were still being like, oh, what's this? What's that? I would ask people in my personal life and they would have no idea. So I didn't understand, like, where the market stood on this product. Like, were they aware of this? Were they unaware of this? And that would really help with my copywriting and my angles that I would be going with my ads. And same thing with the desire. Like, again, I came in with manifestation, but, you know, maybe people bought this for a lot of other reasons that I didn't do my research on. Maybe people bought this because they want to solve the stress and emotion, but I didn't give it enough spend. Or maybe people bought it because of like physical healing. I was reading up that a lot of people, and actually all the competitors on Facebook, were using that angle. So maybe I didn't test that angle. I was actually planning on to, but I just said I didn't want to. I know I'm a bit fucked up, to be honest. We live and learn, right? But a lot of people buy this product for physical healing. The vibrations help with physical healing. Like, I don't know if that's true, but like, you know, through shoulder pain or neck pain, back pain, knee pain, whatever it is. But I was coming in with this manifestation. Maybe no one ever used it for that. So, and maybe no one wanted to use it for that. So I didn't understand the market desire. What I did good though. So basically, I made a good batch of ads. It was the first time I ever kind of had where, let's say for each campaign, right? I'm going to show you. So let's say for each campaign, I got 5 ads in here, and they were all different styles. I had, you know, professional hook with no voiceover. I had a celebrity hook. I had a copy of a winning competitor. I had a voiceover plus testimonials. No voiceover and testimonials. Like, I had different styles of ads. Even here, you can see like how I had testimonial mashup. I had a scientific hook. I had another copy of another brand. I had the law of attraction voiceover. So you can see how I actually did really good ads with different styles to really give Facebook the full control of what style would resonate with the audience. So instead of just having all the same body and different hooks, I really gave, you know, all different styles of ads to see which would work best, which I did good with that. Ads were made with intention. So I have on my notebook, like my physical notebook here, everything that I was doing with intention, copywriting and visuals. When I would edit them and use the copywriting, it would be done with intention. It would be done through research. I would go look on the internet. I was actually like watching videos on like the frequency and how like, connects you to the universe. Like, I was actually getting interested in a topic, and with that info, I was putting into my copywriting and visuals. So again, ads were made with intention. That was something I did good. A lot of people, and even me including, used to make ads and would just pop up shit and hope for the best kind of stuff. But I did shit with intention. Same thing for the next point. I was more organized. Again, I had everything in my notebook, everything done with intention and organized, blah, blah, blah. I also did good product research. Like I said, I was watching videos about like frequency. I was understanding like the product itself. Before I tested this product, I had no idea what the fuck it was about. But now I have a deeper understanding of frequency and hertz and what the benefits are, what people believe it to do, and all that. But I did good product research, but I didn't do good market research. That was the problem. So what I would do next moving forward. First things first, I would have a dedicated stop loss. I already told you about this. Like, having a dedicated stop loss before even launching your first batch of ads is really important. You don't want to overspend, especially if you're low on resources. You could save that money, and that money could be put to something else, right? So having a dedicated stop loss is super, super important. Make sure before you test, go in knowing, okay, after X amount of spend, if I'm not profitable or if I don't have at least decent metrics, I'm cutting it and just like moving on. That's it. That's all. And then the main reason why I believe this product didn't work was I did not do market research. I need to do more. I need to understand where to position my product next time, or my brand. Where do I fit in the market, and where can I come in and enter? Go deeper into who's buying this and why. It was a really broad general, anyone who wants to manifest. That's not the case. Not everyone wants to manifest. Not everyone will believe in this frequency shit. So I really had to understand who was buying and for what reason. Answer basically all these questions. I never answered them. How aware are they about this product? Are they aware of this? Are they not aware? If they are, why didn't they buy, or did they already buy it from another competitor? How can I do better? If they have bought it from someone else, can I, emphasize on a desire to, make myself stand out, blah, blah, blah. What is the benefit of the benefit? So again, I did go pretty deep into it. So that is not bad, but still, like, the benefit of the benefit is, like, people want to manifest their desires. Okay, cool. That's the benefit. But what's the benefit of the benefit? Why do people want to manifest their desires? What do they want to manifest? Is it a car? Is it a house? Is it a love? Is it a relationship? Money? Whatever it is. I had to just go more specific, right? Why would people buy this? Where can I enter the market? Just have more notes basically on the custom avatar and the market to better position my ads. I think if I just had more research and I had more data in my pocket, I could have just constructed the ads better. So I did do good with the ads. I did the ads with intention. If I just had better more information and more knowledge on who I'm targeting and where I can enter in the market, my ads could have been better. And I think that's the reason why they flopped. But yeah, that was it. That was my last product test. Went pretty shit, but we all live and learn. I've been doing a lot of research. I've been doing a lot of studying, and this is what I came up with for this specific test. Moving forward, I plan on implementing all this shit, and hopefully next test will be a bit better, at least, right? So thank you for watching. I learned a lot from this, clearly, because I did it, but I hope you learned a lot from this so you can avoid these mistakes. That's the whole point of this, right? Is so you can avoid these mistakes and shorten the journey from point A to point Z, right? So again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. You're an absolute G if you stuck to this fucking video all the way to the end, because you're not a brain-rotted fuck and you want to actually learn. Thank you very much. And of course, as always, I'll see you at the fucking top, baby.